You know, they are one of the top offensive teams in the country. They can throw the football all over the place. Their quarterback, Mitch Glassman, basically is about 40-some yards away from breaking the all-time RMAC record. And that record was established by Justin Coleman out of UNK a long time ago. And at that time, that was the top record in the nation. Now, that record's been broken since. But Mitch Glassman really does a great job of spreading the football around. He can throw the football. He can throw every route. He can go deep down the field. He can throw the deep outs. He can throw the crossers. And they've really got a great scheme. They've got a great running back to go with him and some really good receivers. So I think you're going to see an exciting game on Saturday. You know, homecomings are great. And we shared with players. I think they're a great thing to get players back that have played here before and just to establish some relationships outside of football for them. But I think the thing that's really exciting and stuff is still the homecoming football game. And so we've told them, said, you know what, it's still about the game for us. So everything that we're doing is still focusing in totally on getting ready for Western New Mexico, and said, you know, all of the other activities, you know, they can be a part of during the week, but they can't be overly involved in those during the week until after Saturday's game. And I think our guys have done a great job of keeping focus right now. We had a very good practice yesterday. Hopefully we have a great one today. But I think our players understand where we're at right now. We have a chance to continue to play for a championship, and I think our guys understand that. And I think they're not overlooking Western New Mexico. If you go back to last year's game, they had the lead on us with basically 2.5 minutes to go in the game. We blocked a punt and took it back for a touchdown. And really at that point then is when we took the lead. Then we had an interception, pick six. So I mean, it was a game that we know we're going to be tested, and we have to play very well come Saturday. So I don't think our players are looking past Western New Mexico by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I think it's great for the program, and I think the players enjoy that. But truthfully, one of the things that I'm excited about this football team, I have not heard any of the coaches, I haven't heard any of the players talking about national rankings. I think everybody understands we still have some really tough football games ahead of us. And if you look at it, we've got really 4 of them right now in a row that become extremely strong teams. And then even you get in the last one with Western State. You know, Western State's a very good football team, and again, that's a natural rivalry. And so I think as we look at it, we know there's a lot of games left to play. And so our players are just trying to stay focused on the present situation. There's only one game we have anything that we can do about, and that's Western New Mexico. And so right now, our guys on their video, on their minds, everything is focused in on beating Western New Mexico on Saturday. And so, I mean, it's a great thing for the program, but we'll worry about that a lot more down the line. But we got to take care of business every week. Well, I think one of the big things is we've got some guys that play the game with great excitement, and that's a good thing to have. We had a couple of them that were a little overexcited early on, and so we've tried to curb that, and they've been doing some reminders during the week to kind of help keep focused in on the important things in the game, and I think our players are getting more and more focused as we go. And so I think it's just taking care of the little details, but we want to have great enthusiasm. We want to have great energy when we compete, and at the same time, we want our guys to stay focused on the moment, and that means it's still all about the team. It's about the things that we have that we can control, and really eliminating some of the penalties are a big thing. And as we get down the line, each and every game, I think that the better we can control our tempo, the way that we can control our execution, which also means that we also control some of those penalties, I think the better off we're going to be. Those are still hidden yards. We've really emphasized the hidden yards and the special teams and the penalties, and I think our players are understanding that and how big of a role that plays. You know, Blake brings a tremendous excitement to our defense. He's a young man that just plays with a high motor and high energy all the time. You know, in a lot of cases, people would look at him and say physically, you know, he's not the guy that ought to be playing that spot, but he plays so hard, and he has worked so hard. He has gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger, but he plays tremendously hard, and he doesn't stay blocked. He's going to continue to pursue every single play, and I mean, he is making plays all over the field. But number one, he understands his assignment. He understands what he's supposed to do, and he plays with tremendous tenacity and tremendous focus, but that energy spreads to everybody else on the field. And I think that's one of the things you're seeing on our entire defense. We got a lot of guys that are flying around with the football. One week you'll hear that it's Blake Nelson making all the plays, and then all of a sudden it's Tommy Sager, it's Carlos Aviles, or it's the secondary guys, Dustin Rivas, it's Jackson Burrell. But I think what's happening is we're getting great team defense, and we've got guys like William Milo that are stuffing up the middle and forcing things on the perimeter. It's giving those other guys a chance to be blocked one-on-one. And so whoever they choose to block, we've got other guys that are playing great assignment football, and I think that's really why our defense is playing so well right now.